Hello dears, good morning all. Today we are going to study an important satyagraha conducted by Gandhiji. In the last class we discussed some other satyagrahas conducted by Gandhiji. Do you remember that? Which are they? Yes, first one Champaran Satyagraha. Okay, the next one Kheda Mill Satyagraha. Then one more you studied. What's that? Yes, Allahabad mill strike. Okay, so these are the three important satyagrahas you studied. Now we can study another important one. This is also led by Gandhiji and it is very famous in the history of India's freedom struggle. Okay, then all of you ready? Then all of you look here. Today we are going to study about salt satyagraha. Okay, then do you know what's the meaning of salt? Yes, what's that? In Malayalam we say uppu. Okay. Then we know that salt is an important thing for all. When your mother prepare any food item, most of the food items we add salt. Okay, salt is so cheap one, but it increases the taste of our food. Am I correct? Yes. Okay, then do you like the salted food items? Like gooseberry, then mango, etc. Then pickles also? Yes. All these things we prepare with the help of salt. So, salt is an important thing for each and every people. And it is so cheap one because we can prepare it by evaporating seawater. You know, seawater is enough here because our country, you know that 3 parts covered with water. Okay, so we will get plenty of seawater. So, our people can easily prepare what? Salt. Okay, so the British people understood that we, the people of Indians, we prepare our own salt for our own purpose by taking seawater. Then British people think that they can impose tax on salt also, and they impose heavy tax on salt. And it was unjust for the Indians because we are taking water from our own countryside, our own seashore, we prepare salt and we have to pay huge amount as tax to the British people. British people, you know that they were not a part of our country, they were not belong to India and they were foreigners. So our people, they not at all ready to pay the tax for the British people. So those who made tax without paying those who made salt without paying tax, the British people implemented or the British people punished that people and most of the people were imprisoned. Okay, so Gandhiji heard about this news. So Gandhiji exhorted the Indian people that you never pay tax to the British people because we are taking water from our own seashore and we are preparing salt for our own purpose. Okay, so it is our freedom to collect seawater and making salt. So you never pay tax for the salt. Gandhiji warned or asked or commanded the Indian people. Okay, so Gandhi decided to conduct a satyagraha or an agitation against the British people. You know Gandhi's house during that time, where was Gandhi lived? Do you know which was the native place of Gandhiji? Yes, okay, Porbandar in Gujarat. You know that, okay, you studied from your lower classes. And Gandhi lived a particular name that house because it is not a big house, it is a simple house. And the name of that house was Sabarmati Ashram. Sabarmati. Okay, Sabarmati Ashram in Gujarat. So Gandhiji and his followers, they conducted meeting and they discussed about the further activities related with our freedom struggle, etc. by living in Sabarmati Ashram. Okay, and it was situated in Gujarat. So Gandhiji and his followers and some other famous leaders, especially Jawaharlal Nehru and Sarojini Naidu, etc. They decided to conduct a march from Sabarmati Ashram to Dandi It's a beach in Gujarat area, and they decided to conduct a march from Sabarmati Ashram to Dandi, and they decided to prepare salt, and they decided to violate the rules or the law implemented by Britain. Okay, so they started their journey from March 12. Please remember, please note the date. March 12, they started their journey from Sabarmati Ashram, and they reached Dandi after completing 388 kilometer distance. Okay, and they reached in Dandi place or Dandi beach, and Gandhiji and his followers, they collected seawater, and they prepared salt by boiling that seawater. Okay, and it was the date April 6 on 1930. Okay, you remember the date, Dandi March conducted by Gandhi in which year 1930, and for that purpose they conducted their journey, or they started their journey which date, March 12, 1930, and they reached Dandi and they prepared salt April 6, 1930. Okay, and Gandhiji's work gave that work got much support from the part of the Indian people, and a lot of people contrast Gandhiji's work, and so many such the similar activity took place in different parts of India. That means a lot of people, they also collected seawater and they boiled it and evaporated it and prepared salt. So the British people heard about it, and they came and they arrested most of the leaders in different parts of our country. Okay, and they were imprisoned and they got severe punishment. So it is a short discussion about salt satyagraha. Okay, sometimes this question may ask for your exam because it is very important one. What is salt satyagraha? So once again I am going to repeat. Please pay your attention here. Okay, salt satyagraha is an agitation conducted by Gandhiji against the British people. Okay, then you know that salt is an important item for cooking. So all people need this. So we collected ocean water and we prepare salt. It is so easy one, and because of that the rate of or the price for salt is so cheap one. But the British people implemented or imposed or levied a tax on salt, and we the people, they not at all ready. The Indian people were not at all ready to pay the tax for the British. So Gandhiji and his followers, they conducted a march from Sabarmati to which place? Dandi. Okay, and they reached the and they prepared salt. So here you have to remember two important data. Gandhiji and his followers started the journey from Sabarmati on March 12, 1930, and they reached in Dandi and they prepared salt in which place? What's the date? April 6, 1930. Okay, so these two date and this year is very important one, and these two places, Sabarmati and Dandi, is also very important one. And now we are going to study. Gandhiji conducted Dandi March and he prepared salt, and the same thing took place in our Kerala also. And in Kerala, the Dandi March, salt prepared in a particular place, that is Kannur. You know about the Kannur district. So in Kerala, the salt satyagraha was conducted by K. Kelappan. Okay, the leader was K. Kelappan, and he conducted salt satyagraha in which place? The place was Payyanur. Please note the place, Payyanur. So K. Kelappan was the leader of a salt satyagraha, and he conducted that satyagraha in which place? Payyanur beach. Where was Payyanur beach? It was situated in Kannur. Okay, so Payyanur beach is situated in Kannur. So please note the place. The salt satyagraha also conducted in Kerala, and it was K. Kelappan. So the salt satyagraha conducted by K. Kelappan in Kerala, and the place was Payyanur, and Payyanur is situated in which district? Kannur. Okay. So, because of this activity, K. Kelappan was known as a particular name. Do you know that name? Yes, what's that? Very good, Kerala Gandhi. Okay, so K. Kelappan is known as Kerala Gandhi. Okay, so Salt Satyagraha was conducted in different parts of our country, and in our Kerala also it was conducted, and the leader was K. Kelappan, and he conducted Salt Satyagraha in which place? Payyanur Beach, and Payyanur Beach is in Kannur district. Okay, and because of this activity, Kerala Gandhi, K. Kelappan got a particular nickname. It is known as Kerala Gandhi. Okay, then there were so many other freedom fighters also in Kerala. Okay, then now you just study their name only, because in your higher classes you can study more points. Okay, so now I am going to write the leader's name only. First one, A.K. Gopalan. So many leaders are there. You study 3 or 4 names only. A.K. Gopalan. Then Kuttimalu Amma. Kuttimalu Amma. Then another one, Akkamma Cheriyan. Akkamma Cheriyan. Okay, so many leaders were there, and the important among them I just listed here. So these are the important points related with Satyagraha conducted in Kerala. Okay, then you know that Satyagraha was the first civil disobedience started by the Indian people, or we can say it was the beginning of the civil disobedience. Do you know what's the meaning of civil disobedience? Civil disobedience means Niyama Langaram. You please note that word. Civil disobedience. Salt Satyagraha was the beginning of the civil disobedience from the part of the Indians, because the British people implemented so many bad things on the Indian people, and most of the cases we suffered a lot. But during this time, that is 1930 onwards, we decided to fight against the British people through which method? Satyagraha method, or we can say by using which weapon? You studied in the last class. What was the weapon of Gandhiji? Yes, ahimsa, or we can say non-violence. So it was the beginning of the civil disobedience from the part of the Indians. Okay, so Satyagraha conducted in different parts of the country, especially in our place Kerala also. Then besides Satyagraha, so many other agitations also took place in different parts of our Kerala. Sometimes some of you have heard about a Palshi Raja. Do you know that? Yes, there was a film, Palshi Raja. Okay, then in that film we can see that that particular king conducted so many agitations against the British people. Okay, so many such a type of agitations also took place in different parts of our Kerala. That is also very important. Now I am going to list that. So all of you listen. First one, Palshi Revolt. Palshi Revolt. Palshi Raja was the famous ruler of Wayanad, and he conducted agitation against the British people with the local people of that area. Okay, now you just study only the revolt's name, because in your 6th or 7th standard you will study more points about this. Okay, then next one, Veluthambi Dalava. Veluthambi Dalava conducted agitations. Okay, then next one, Veluthambi Dalava organized revolt or agitation in Travancore. Presently we can call as near and around Trivandrum. Okay, that region. So the famous ruler was in that area, Veluthambi Dalava. Then another one, Malabar Rebellion. Okay, These rebellions you will study in your higher classes, so now you just study name only. So first one Pazhassi revolt, the next one Veluthambi Dalava conducted agitation against the British in Travancore, and Malabar rebellion that took place in our area. Okay, it took place in 1921. More points you can study in higher classes. You just remember the points only. So, these are the important agitations conducted in our Kerala against the British people. Okay, now we are going to study another important incident that took place in India's freedom struggle. It is known as Quit India movement. Okay. Quit India movement, the year 1942. You know that during that time, the important organization that worked very well against the British was Indian National Congress. We studied in the last class that Gandhiji became the leader of Indian National Congress. You studied that. Okay, so Indian National Congress was an important organization that worked very well against the British people. Okay, so they conducted different sessions or different meetings on different occasions, and an important meeting was conducted in Mumbai, or we can say Bombay, or we can say Mumbai. And the leaders of Indian National Congress, they decided decided to conduct another program against the British people. That means they thought that, or they preached that the British people conducted different types of laws against the British people, or they implemented different types of policies against the Indians. The British people implemented different policies against the Indians, and we have been suffering that problems. Now it is the time to end that problems. So the British people must leave India. It will be the only aim of the Indians. So all people from different parts of our country must stand together, and we must work very well for that. Okay, so the leaders of this Quit India movement, they propagated that agenda or that idea among the people in different parts of our country. So a lot of people, different groups of people, that means farmers, students, then artisans, then common people, then nobles, all people, and other small kings also, they supported this movement, and it took place 1942 was the year, you know that. Then August 9, the Indian people conducted a strike against the British people. Okay, so every year August 9 we observe was Quit India Day. Okay, I think that you remember in our school also we conducted so many programs to observe the Quit India Day. Okay, so Gandhiji gave a slogan for the Indian people, that is very important one: do or die. Do or die. We must do against the British. Sometimes we will win or we will die. That was the slogan prepared by Gandhiji during the Quit India movement. So this slogan is very important one: do or die. In Malayalam, pravartikuga allengil marikuga. Okay, so this slogan quoted by all the people in different parts of our country, and they agitated all places against the British. But the British people, you know that they had modern weapons, and so it is so easy for them to defeat the Indian people. And because of their activity, cruel activity, a lot of Indians, especially the leaders and the common people who participated in the Quit India movement, lost their life. Okay, even then it was a great incident in the history of our country. Clear? Then so many leaders took part in this movement, and because of that this movement now also we observe as an important incident in our freedom struggle. So these are the important points you have to study in our chapter, that is the road to independence. Okay, then more points we can discuss when we do the following follow-up activity. Clear? Now it is the time to wind up here. So I am going to stop here. Thank you. Bye.